Welcome to a world shrouded in mystery and wonder. Tonight, we traverse the veiled corridors of time, venturing into the heart of civilizations that defy explanation. In forgotten corners of the earth, remnants of societies linger, silent witnesses to epochs lost and secrets untold. These enigmatic cultures left behind structures and artifacts that challenge our understanding, their origins and purposes obscured by the passage of centuries. Their monuments rise from the earth, defying logic and weathering time, a testament to ingenuity that seems almost otherworldly. Against all odds, these civilizations flourished in the harshest environments, deserts, mountains, and dense forests, crafting worlds where none should have existed. They carved entire cities from living rock, transformed barren landscapes into fertile havens, and forged networks that spanned continents, their roads and trade routes now lost beneath the sands of time. Yet for all their achievements, these societies left behind puzzles that baffle even the most seasoned scholars. Who conceived these grand designs? What knowledge guided their hands? And what forces led to their sudden disappearance, leaving only silent relics and cryptic symbols? Let us delve into these mysteries, exploring the ruins and relics that hint at lost wisdom and forgotten ways of life. We will wander through these abandoned worlds, listening for the faint echoes of their stories in stone and shadow. In the resilience of these lost civilizations, we may discover awe and inspiration. Let us begin our journey into the unexplained, where every ruin holds a question and every artifact whispers a secret. Our journey begins in the vast fertile plains where the mighty Indus River once flowed, nourishing a civilization whose silent cities still haunt the landscape. Here the Indus Valley civilization emerged, its cities more advanced than those of Egypt or Mesopotamia. The remains reveal a world of astonishing order, urban centres laid out in perfect grids, with streets intersecting at right angles and a drainage system so sophisticated that it rivals modern engineering. The architecture of Mohenjo-Daro and Harappa is a testament to meticulous planning. Multi-roomed brick houses, some with private wells and bathing areas, line the streets. Public granaries, vast and precisely constructed, hint at a society that valued storage and distribution. Standardized weights and measures carved from chert and stone suggest a complex system of trade and regulation. Yet among these ruins there are no towering palaces, no grand temples, no monuments to conquest or power. The foundations that remain are humble, their purpose practical. Streets are wide and uncluttered, designed for the flow of water and the movement of goods, not for parades or processions. Scattered throughout the ruins are small carved seals, rectangular steatite tokens pressed with intricate symbols and animal motifs. Their script, composed of mysterious pictographs, remains undeciphered, a silent language that guards the secrets of the Indus. These artifacts, found in abundance, hint at a literate society, yet their stories and beliefs are locked away beyond our reach. The cityscapes are marked by an absence of chaos. Marketplaces are depicted as orderly, with stalls arranged in neat rows. Residential areas are separated from public baths and workshops, each space designed for efficiency and cleanliness. The Great Bath of Mohenjo-Daro, a massive watertight pool, stands as a marvel of ancient engineering, its brickwork still intact after millennia. Over centuries, the rivers that sustained these cities shifted course. The land dried, and the once thriving metropolises were slowly abandoned. Sand and dust crept over the bricks, burying the remnants of a civilization that left no written history, no statues of kings, only the silent testimony of its architecture and artifacts. Today the cities of the Indus remain enigmatic, silent, ordered, and hauntingly empty. Their mysteries endure, waiting for the day when their script is finally understood and their story can be told in full. Journey now to the heart of Central Asia, where the Sogdian civilization flourished for centuries as the silent architects of the Silk Road. The Sogdians were the vital connectors of Eurasia, shaping history not through conquest, but through the subtle power of commerce and cultural exchange. From the 4th to the 10th centuries CE, their influence pulsed along the arteries of the Silk Road, sustaining the greatest network of trade the ancient world had ever seen. The Sogdian world was a constellation of city-states, Samarkand, Bukhara, Panjakent, each a hub of innovation, trade and cultural fusion. Their influence radiated from the Yellow River to the Mediterranean, as their trade routes threaded through deserts, mountains and steppes, linking distant civilizations. The Sogdian language became the Silk Road's lingua franca, a bridge between empires, inscribed in contracts, correspondence and ledgers that travelled vast distances. Their culture was a mosaic, absorbing and transmitting religious beliefs, Zoroastrianism, Buddhism, Manichaeism and later Islam, across continents, blending spiritual traditions with remarkable fluidity. Sogdian trade was a feat of endurance and ingenuity, with networks of credit, relay stations and coded communication enabling the flow of goods and ideas across inhospitable terrain. Their economic systems fostered trust and cooperation, laying the groundwork for transcontinental commerce and the spread of technology, art and knowledge. Though the Sogdians left behind no grand monuments or epic chronicles, their legacy endures in the fragments of their writing, the ruins of their cities, and the echoes of their language. The rise of Islam and the Arab conquests transformed the landscape of Central Asia, gradually absorbing Sogdian culture into new identities and traditions. The Sogdian language and culture, once the lifeblood of Eurasian exchange, were woven into the fabric of new civilizations. Yet their true legacy is the interconnected world they helped create, a world where ideas, goods and cultures flowed freely across continents, forever shaped by the silent genius of the Sogdians. In the Jordanian desert, the Nabateans carved the breathtaking city of Petra. Starting as a nomadic tribe, they mastered the desert's secrets. They controlled trade routes, amassing wealth from tolls on caravans. Their genius lay in water mastery, creating an ingenious system of dams and conduits. This allowed them to sustain a large population and create lush gardens. Petra was carved into rose-red sandstone cliffs, a fusion of native and Hellenistic styles. The treasury, a marvel of precision, greeted visitors with awe. The Nabateans left few written accounts. Their story is told in stone. They were ruled by kings and worshipped a pantheon of gods. Annexed by Rome in 106 CE, Petra thrived briefly before decline. Shifting trade routes and earthquakes led to its abandonment. By the 7th century, Petra was largely forgotten, its architecture left to the desert winds. The monastery, or Ad-Dair, stands as one of Petra's largest monuments, its purpose still shrouded in mystery. The great temple complex, with its grand staircases and intricate carvings, showcases the Nabateans' architectural prowess. The lion triclinium, named for its carved lion reliefs, hints at the ceremonial practices of the Nabateans. The royal tombs, including the urn tomb, reflect the grandeur and mystery of Nabatean burial practices. The high place of sacrifice, perched atop a mountain, offers a glimpse into the Nabateans' religious rituals. The obelisk tomb and Bab as-Sik triclinium, with their unique blend of Egyptian and Nabatean styles, add to Petra's enigmatic allure. As the sun sets over Petra, the rose-red city continues to captivate, its secrets buried deep within the sandstone cliffs. Deep within the rainforests of south-central Mexico, the Olmec civilization emerged as one of the earliest and most mysterious cultures of ancient Mesoamerica. Flourishing from around 1500 to 400 BCE, the Olmec are often called the mother culture for their profound influence on later societies, such as the Maya and Aztec. The Olmec were master artisans, renowned for their exquisite jade carvings, ceremonial axes and enigmatic masks. Their artifacts, often buried as offerings, reveal a society deeply invested in ritual and symbolism. Their cities, such as San Lorenzo and La Venta, were marvels of urban planning. Massive earthen mounds, ceremonial platforms, and complex drainage systems dominated the landscape, reflecting both religious devotion and advanced engineering. The Olmec are credited with developing Mesoamerica's earliest known writing system, inscribed on stone tablets and monuments. Their use of the long-count calendar hints at a sophisticated understanding of time and astronomy, yet much of their script remains undeciphered, shrouding their history in mystery. The ritual ball game, a tradition that would echo through later civilizations, was central to Olmec society. Ball courts, constructed from stone, served as arenas for both sport and sacred ceremony, often linked to myths of life, death and cosmic renewal. The Olmec pantheon was dominated by enigmatic deities, most notably the were-jaguar, a supernatural being blending human and jaguar traits. These figures, carved in jade and stone, suggest a complex spiritual world where animal and divine forces shaped daily life. The most iconic Olmec creations are the colossal heads, gigantic stone sculptures, some weighing over 20 tons. Each head, carved from volcanic basalt, displays unique facial features and helmet-like headgear, possibly representing revered rulers or ancestors. The transportation of these monoliths across swamps and thick jungle, without the wheel or draft animals, remains a logistical enigma. Theories suggest the use of rafts, log rollers, and sheer human determination. Scholars believe the heads immortalize powerful rulers, their stern visages projecting authority and divine right. Each monument stands as a silent testament to the Olmec's social hierarchy and artistic genius. Yet much about the Olmec remains unknown. With no complete texts, their language, beliefs and daily life are pieced together from scattered glyphs and enigmatic relics. The structure of their society and the true nature of their religion are still debated. Some see a theocratic state ruled by priest-kings, while others envision a network of powerful chiefdoms. By around 400 BCE, Olmec centres mysteriously declined. Their once great cities were abandoned, swallowed by the encroaching jungle. Their monuments lay buried for centuries, their culture fading into legend. Yet the Olmec legacy endures, etched in stone, shrouded in mystery and echoing through the civilizations that followed. In the far reaches of northern Japan, the land itself breathes with ancient memory. Here the islands of Hokkaido and beyond are shaped by relentless winters, where snow blankets the earth and silence reigns beneath towering evergreens. These landscapes, wild and untamed, are steeped in legend. Every river, stone and tree is said to harbour a spirit, an unseen presence known as Kamui, guardians of the natural world. Scattered across these northern wilds are the remnants of forgotten sanctuaries. Moss and lichen creep over weathered stones, the ruins echoing with the stories of spirits once honoured by vanished hands. Legends tell of the bear spirit, revered as the mighty god of the mountains. In the heart of the forest, it is said, the spirit's presence lingers, felt in the hush of falling snow and the crackle of ice beneath ancient trees. The spirits of the northern islands are not bound to human form. They dwell in the ruins, in the wind that sweeps across empty fields, in the haunting calls of unseen birds at dusk. Even as time erases the marks of those who once worshipped here, the legends endure. The land remembers, holding the spirits close, whispering their stories through the rustle of reeds and the sigh of winter winds. In the solitude of the northern islands, the spirits linger, eternal, mysterious, and forever woven into the fabric of the land. Deep within the unforgiving Sahara, where endless dunes stretch to the horizon and the sun scorches the earth, the Garamantes forged a civilization that defied all logic. In a place where life seemed impossible, they built thriving cities and transformed the desert into a center of innovation and mystery. From 500 BCE to 500 CE, the Garamantes flourished in what is now Libya, establishing a network of settlements hidden among the dunes and rocky plateaus. Their capital, Garama, rose from the desert floor, a city of stone and mud brick, its walls and towers standing as silent witnesses to a lost world. Streets and alleys wound between buildings, forming a complex urban landscape that once echoed with the bustle of daily life. The Garamantes pioneered revolutionary irrigation technology, tapping into a vast fossil aquifer buried deep beneath the desert. Their ingenuity allowed them to access water that had lain untouched for millennia. They engineered an intricate network of underground tunnels known as foggara that channeled precious water to the surface. These tunnels stretched for miles, their construction a feat of both engineering and endurance. With this water, the Garamantes carved out green oases in the heart of the Sahara, sustaining fields of wheat, barley and date palms. Their agricultural system was a marvel, allowing life to flourish where only sand and stone should have reigned. The Garamantes controlled vital trans-Saharan trade routes, transforming their desert stronghold into a crossroads between the Roman world and sub-Saharan Africa. Their cities became hubs of commerce, where goods and ideas flowed across the sands. They traded wheat and salt harvested from their oases for exotic treasures like ivory, gold and precious stones. Their wealth and influence reached far beyond the desert's edge. The Garamantes were renowned for their swift chariots, which raced across the sands, projecting their power and securing their dominance over the desert's vast expanse. Archaeological discoveries reveal a complex society of skilled farmers, masterful engineers and shrewd merchants. Their artifacts, pottery, tools and remnants of their cities offer tantalizing glimpses into their daily lives and advanced knowledge. Yet, the Garamantes' success was built on a fragile foundation, a finite water resource hidden beneath the sands. As the centuries passed, the water table began to fall. As the aquifer dwindled, their once lush fields withered. The agricultural system that had sustained them for centuries collapsed, leaving only traces of green amid the encroaching desert. By the 7th century, the Garamantes' kingdom faded into the silence of the Sahara. Their cities were swallowed by the sands, their technology and mysteries left behind for the desert winds to guard. Even today, the ruins of the Garamantes stand as a testament to human ingenuity and to the enduring enigma of a civilization that thrived where none should have. In the mist-shrouded highlands of Ethiopia and Eritrea, the kingdom of Aksum emerged as a beacon of power and mystery. Its heartland, a landscape of dramatic escarpments and fertile valleys, nurtured a civilization that would shape the destiny of the Horn of Africa for centuries. From the 1st century CE, Aksum stood as an equal to the world's greatest empires. Its capital, a city of stone and shadow, was a marvel of urban planning, with palaces, temples and markets echoing with the sounds of commerce and ritual. Aksum's power was built on trade. Its merchants commanded the vital routes between Rome and India, their caravans threading through deserts and mountains, bearing ivory, gold, frankincense and rare spices. The city's markets overflowed with treasures from distant lands, making Axum a nexus of global exchange. The port of Adulis, perched on the Red Sea, was the kingdom's gateway to the world. Here ships from Arabia, Egypt and India docked to exchange silks, gems and precious metals. Ivory tusks and gold ingots, symbols of Axum's wealth, were loaded onto vessels bound for distant empires. Axum was among the first African kingdoms to mint its own coins, a bold declaration of sovereignty and economic might. These coins, stamped with royal portraits and Christian symbols, travelled across continents, testifying to the kingdom's influence and innovation. The Axumites were master builders, their capital dominated by colossal stelae, towering obelisks carved from single blocks of granite. Some soared over 30 metres high, their surfaces etched with mysterious symbols and false doors, hinting at the secrets of the afterlife. These obelisks, carved with exquisite precision, were likely royal grave markers, silent sentinels guarding the tombs of kings. Their true purpose remains shrouded in legend, inspiring awe and speculation for generations. In the 4th century, King Ezana embraced Christianity, inscribing his faith in stone and coin. This momentous conversion transformed Axum into one of the world's earliest Christian kingdoms, centuries before much of Europe. Churches hewn from living rock rose across the land, their silent halls echoing with the prayers of a new faith. The kingdom's embrace of Christianity would shape Ethiopian identity for millennia. Yet the rise of Islam in the 7th century redrew the map of trade. Axum's lifelines to the outside world were severed, its once bustling ports falling silent as new powers rose along the Red Sea. Isolated and diminished, the kingdom turned inward. Its influence waned, its monuments slowly succumbing to the passage of time and the encroaching wilderness. Axum faded from the world stage, its stelae standing as enigmatic monuments to a lost age. Legends grew around these stones, tales of giants, lost treasures and vanished kings, captivating the imagination of all who beheld them. Yet Axum's legacy endures. Its ancient Christian tradition, its monuments and its legends remain woven into the fabric of Ethiopia, a testament to a civilization that once defied the limits of its world. As our journey draws to a close, we find ourselves surrounded by the silent witnesses of time, ruins that rise from the earth like the bones of forgotten giants, their stones whispering secrets in the dawn light. These remnants scattered across continents are the echoes of lost worlds, each one a puzzle piece in the grand mosaic of human history. The Harappans, Sogdians, Nabateans and countless others left behind more than just stones and relics. Their cities, now silent, once pulsed with life, innovation and mystery. Every artifact unearthed, a clay tablet, a chipped figurine, a faded mural, offers a fleeting glimpse into their vanished worlds. These ruins show us the many ways humanity has built, dreamed and endured. Each crumbling wall and weathered column is a testament to ingenuity and resilience, but also to the impermanence of even the greatest achievements. Nature reclaims what was once built, and the line between civilization and wilderness blurs. The greatest cities can fade into silence, their stories half told, their mysteries deepening with every passing century. The artifacts left behind, tablets inscribed with forgotten languages, tools whose purposes we can only guess, challenge and enrich our understanding of the past. Each discovery raises new questions, deepening the enigma of these lost civilizations. We are reminded of how much remains hidden. How many stories are still waiting to be uncovered beneath layers of earth and time? The mysteries of these worlds beckon us to keep searching, to keep asking. The silence that lingers in these places is not empty. It is filled with the echoes of laughter, of ritual, of ambition and loss. A haunting chorus that endures long after the last voice has faded. In these ruins, we find both questions and inspiration. They invite us to imagine, to wonder, and to dream of worlds that once were, and worlds that might yet be discovered. May these stories of lost worlds bring you a sense of wonder and calm as you drift into the quiet of the night. May your night be filled with peaceful rest and dreams of ancient mysteries, of civilizations lost and found. Until next time, sleep well, and let the echoes of lost worlds guide your dreams. In the rolling hills of southeastern Turkey, a silent sentinel rises from the earth, Göbekli Tepe. Shrouded in millennia of dust and secrecy, this ancient site predates Stonehenge by thousands of years, its secrets etched in stone and shadow. As the sun rises, the outlines of massive T-shaped pillars emerge, arranged in mysterious circles atop the barren knoll. Each monolith, carved from limestone, towers above the ground, some weighing up to 20 tons, testifying to an astonishing feat of prehistoric engineering. There are no scenes of daily life here, no remnants of houses, hearths or burials. Instead, the ground is crowned with rings of pillars, their surfaces adorned with intricate carvings, fierce lions, elegant cranes, slithering snakes, and enigmatic abstract symbols. The carvings are so precise, so evocative, that they seem to pulse with a lost language, one we are only beginning to decipher. Why did ancient builders 10,000 years ago labour to raise these stones? What ceremonies unfolded beneath the weight of their gaze? The answers remain hidden. Some believe Göbekli Tepe was a sanctuary, a place of ritual and gathering for a people whose names and stories have vanished. Others see it as a cosmic calendar aligned with the stars, or a monument to forgotten beliefs. As archaeologists gently brush away layers of earth, more questions emerge. There are no signs of agriculture, yet the scale of construction would have required the coordinated effort of hundreds. The purpose of Göbekli Tepe remains an enigma, its silence deep and profound. Here in the stillness of the Anatolian plateau, the stones endure. Their shadows stretch across the centuries, inviting us to wonder, was this a temple for the first gods, a gathering place for ancient wisdom, or something else, lost to time? Göbekli Tepe stands as a testament to human imagination and ingenuity, a monument to mysteries we have yet to solve. As the stars wheel overhead, the monoliths keep their secrets. In their presence we are reminded that the past is filled with riddles, and that some answers may forever lie just beyond our reach. Beneath the azure waves off the coast of Yonaguni, Japan, lies a submerged enigma, the Yonaguni Monument. Discovered by a local diver in 1986, this underwater marvel has captivated researchers and explorers alike. The monument is an intricate labyrinth of terraces, staircases and platforms, carved with such precision that it seems almost impossible to attribute its creation to natural forces. As sunlight filters through the ocean's surface, it illuminates the monument's grand structure. Massive stone blocks, some as large as 20 feet, form geometric shapes and sharp angles that defy the randomness of nature. The monument's steps descend into the depths, leading to what appears to be a grand plaza, flanked by towering walls and an enigmatic megalith that some have dubbed the Turtle. Theories about the Yonaguni monument's origins are as varied as they are fascinating. Some scholars argue that the formations are the result of natural geological processes, erosion and tectonic activities sculpting the rock into its current form. Others propose a more tantalizing hypothesis, that the monument is a relic of a lost civilization submerged by rising sea levels at the end of the last ice age. Intriguingly, the monument's design bears a striking resemblance to ancient structures found on land. The precision of the carvings, the alignment of the terraces, and the sheer scale of the construction suggest a level of sophistication that would have required advanced tools and knowledge. Could this be evidence of a prehistoric culture now forgotten and buried beneath the waves? Further adding to the mystery are the carvings found on the monument's surface. Symbols and patterns etched into the stone hint at a language or form of communication, though their meaning remains elusive. Some researchers believe these markings could be the key to unlocking the monument's secrets, offering a glimpse into the lives and beliefs of its creators. The Yonaguni monument raises more questions than it answers. Who built it? For what purpose? And why did it end up submerged beneath the ocean? As divers continue to explore its depths and scientists analyze its structure, the monument remains a silent guardian of its own story, a story that may one day redefine our understanding of human history. In the tranquil depths of the ocean, the Yonaguni monument stands as a testament to the enduring mysteries of our past. Its silent stones invite us to ponder the limits of our knowledge and the vastness of the unknown. As we gaze upon its submerged grandeur, we are reminded that the world still holds secrets waiting to be discovered, and that sometimes the most profound truths lie hidden in the depths. Rising from the shallow tidal flats off the shore of Pohnpei in Micronesia, the ruins of Nan Madol evoke a sense of awe and puzzlement. Sometimes called the Venice of the Pacific, this ancient city sprawls across a series of small artificial islets, each separated by narrow canals that shimmer with brackish water. At first glance, the site appears almost otherworldly, a labyrinth of colossal basalt columns stacked with geometric precision, forming walls that soar as high as 25 feet and stretch for hundreds of feet in length. The layout of Nan Madol is both intricate and deliberate. More than 90 islets are connected by a network of stone-lined channels, their surfaces levelled and reinforced with massive basalt boulders. Some islets contain ceremonial platforms, while others house tombs and crypts, their entrances framed by imposing stone doorways. The city's core, Nan Duwas, is encircled by a formidable wall of prismatic basalt logs, each weighing several tons, stacked in a pattern that suggests both artistry and engineering prowess. The scale of construction defies easy explanation. The basalt columns, some weighing more than 5 tons, were quarried from distant locations. Yet how they were transported across land and sea remains a mystery. No written record or oral tradition fully explains the techniques used, and the sheer volume of stone is staggering. Estimates suggest that up to 750,000 tons of basalt were moved to create the city. Nan Madol's purpose is equally enigmatic. Archaeological evidence suggests it was a political and religious centre, the seat of the Saudeleur dynasty, which ruled Pohnpei for centuries. But why build such a monumental city on an isolated, reef-bound lagoon? Some theories propose it was designed to separate the ruling elite from the rest of the population, or to harness spiritual energies believed to flow through the site. As the tides ebb and flow, Nan Madol sits in silence, its basalt walls slowly succumbing to the encroaching jungle and sea. The city's secrets remain locked within its stone corridors and submerged passageways. Was it the product of ingenious islanders, or does it hint at lost technologies and forgotten knowledge? The answers may be forever obscured by the mists of time, but the haunting beauty of Nan Madol endures, a testament to the ingenuity and mystery of those who came before us. North of modern-day Mexico City lies a vast archaeological wonder, Teotihuacan, the city of the gods. Spanning over 8 square miles, its monumental avenues and colossal structures rise from the valley floor, shrouded in centuries of silence. The city's most iconic features, the Pyramid of the Sun and the Pyramid of the Moon, dominate the ancient landscape. The Pyramid of the Sun, one of the largest in the world, towers 216 feet above the Avenue of the Dead, its stone steps ascending to a flattened summit that once hosted enigmatic rituals. To the north, the Pyramid of the Moon mirrors its grandeur, aligned precisely with the surrounding mountains and celestial bodies. The city's layout is a masterpiece of urban planning. The Avenue of the Dead, a broad, straight causeway, runs over a mile through the heart of Teotihuacan, flanked by stepped platforms and ruined temples. Alongside these avenues, clusters of apartment compounds hint at a thriving, multi-ethnic metropolis that may have housed over 100,000 people at its peak. Inside hidden tunnels and beneath the surface, archaeologists have uncovered a labyrinthine network of chambers filled with offerings, obsidian blades, seashells, and mysterious spheres made of clay and pyrite. These discoveries raise questions about the city's rituals and beliefs, which remain largely undeciphered. Teotihuacan's murals offer a rare glimpse into its vibrant culture. Vivid pigments depict jaguars, feathered serpents, and abstract deities in scenes that pulse with symbolic meaning. The artistry is sophisticated, the themes enigmatic, processions of masked figures, cosmic battles and rituals that hint at a complex cosmology. Yet, the true identity of Teotihuacan's builders is lost to history. The city was already ancient when the Aztecs arrived and gave it its name, believing it to be the birthplace of the gods. Perhaps most mysterious are the city's unexplained features, hidden tunnels beneath the pyramids, traces of liquid mercury, and evidence of advanced engineering. No written records survive, and the reasons for Teotihuacan's sudden decline remain unknown. Was it drought, invasion, or internal unrest? The answers are elusive. Today, Teotihuacan stands as a monument to human ambition and ingenuity. Its pyramids cast long shadows at sunrise, the murals still whispering stories across the centuries. The city's true purpose and fate remain a puzzle, inviting all who visit to marvel and wonder at a civilization whose secrets are still buried beneath the stones. Far out in the vast expanse of the southeastern Pacific Ocean, a small, isolated island rises from the waves, Rapa Nui, known to the world as Easter Island. Here, scattered across windswept plains and volcanic slopes, stand nearly 1,000 enigmatic stone figures, the Moai. Carved from the compressed volcanic ash of Rano Raraku Quarry, these statues are monumental in scale, with some towering over 30 feet and weighing upwards of 80 tons. Their elongated faces, heavy brows and stoic expressions gaze silently over the land, as if guarding secrets known only to the island's ancient carvers. The Moai are not randomly placed. They line the island's perimeter, perched on stone platforms called ahu, their backs to the sea, and their faces turned inland, eternally watching over the sparse grasslands and the scattered remains of a once thriving society. Some wear massive stone hats or pukao, cylindrical red topknots that add to their imposing presence. The arrangement of the statues is deliberate, forming lines and clusters that suggest connections to clan territories, ceremonial sites, and perhaps the movement of celestial bodies. The landscape of Rapa Nui is stark and haunting, a tapestry of rolling hills, extinct volcanic craters, and rocky coastline battered by relentless waves. The quarry at Rano Raraku is a silent workshop, filled with unfinished moai still embedded in the stone, frozen in various stages of creation. Here, the story of the island's ingenuity and ambition is etched into every surface. The mystery deepens when considering how these colossal figures were transported miles from the quarry to their final resting places, across rugged terrain and without the aid of wheels or draft animals. Legends speak of the Moai walking to their ahu, hinting at sophisticated engineering and communal effort. Despite centuries of weathering, the Moai endure as a testament to the islanders' vision and resilience. Their silent vigil raises questions. Were they representations of deified ancestors, symbols of power, or guardians against unseen forces? The true meaning remains elusive. woven into the winds that sweep across the island and the shadows that stretch from each statue at dusk. Today, the Moai stand as the island's eternal watchers, their gaze unbroken, their mystery undimmed, inviting us to ponder the ingenuity and enigma of Rapa Nui's vanished world. In the heart of southern Africa, where rolling hills meet the sun-baked savannas, lies a vast complex of stone ruins, Great Zimbabwe. Rising from the earth in sweeping curves and silent grandeur, these ancient walls and towers form the remains of a once mighty city, whose origins and purpose continue to puzzle archaeologists and historians alike. The most striking feature is the Great Enclosure, a massive elliptical wall built from millions of granite blocks, expertly fitted together without the use of mortar. Some sections soar over 30 feet high, undulating in graceful arcs that encircle an area larger than a football field. Within, a mysterious conical tower stands sentinel, its true function lost to time. Was it a symbol of power, a grain silo, or something even more profound? No written records remain to tell its story. Throughout the site, narrow passageways twist through the stone, leading to hidden courtyards and smaller enclosures. The walls themselves are adorned with intricate patterns, chevrons, herringbones and zigzags, each carved with meticulous care. These motifs hint at a sophisticated culture, skilled in both engineering and artistry. Great Zimbabwe was once the centre of a powerful kingdom, its influence stretching across trade routes that linked the African interior with distant lands along the Indian Ocean. Gold, ivory and beads flowed through its gates, yet the identity of its builders remains shrouded in mystery. No palaces or temples have been found, only the silent testimony of stone. As the sun sets, shadows lengthen across the ruins, and the air grows heavy with secrets. Who shaped these walls from living rock? What rituals echoed within their confines? The silence offers no answers, only the enduring enigma of a civilization lost to history, its legacy etched into the enduring stones of Great Zimbabwe. Far to the west, where the sands of the Soup Valley meet the vast expanse of the Pacific coast, lies one of humanity's oldest and most enigmatic cities, Caral. Nestled in the arid deserts of northern Peru, Caral's weathered ruins whisper of a civilization that flourished over 5,000 years ago, predating even the pyramids of Egypt. The heart of Caral is a sprawling complex of monumental architecture. 6 colossal pyramids rise from the earth, their stepped sides formed from sun-baked stone and earth, each structure a silent testament to the ingenuity of ancient builders. The largest, known as the Pyramide Mare, towers nearly 60 feet above the desert floor. Its broad terraces once overlooked a thriving metropolis, the ceremonial centre of an advanced society. Surrounding the pyramids, vast plazas stretch out, open spaces where thousands may have gathered for rituals, music or trade. Circular sunken courts, precisely engineered, hint at the importance of communal gatherings and astronomical observations. The city's layout reveals a mastery of urban planning, residential clusters, administrative buildings and ceremonial platforms arranged in harmonious order. Yet, for all its grandeur, Caral is a city of mysteries. No fortifications or weapons have been found, suggesting a culture that valued peace and diplomacy. Intricate quipu, knotted cords used for record-keeping, have been unearthed, but their meanings remain elusive. Irrigation canals snake through the landscape, evidence of sophisticated agriculture in an unforgiving environment. Artifacts tell of a society connected to distant lands. Shells from the Pacific, exotic seeds, and finely woven textiles all point to vibrant trade networks. But the people of Caral left no written language, only the enduring silence of their monuments. As the Andean sun casts long shadows across the ancient stones, the city of Caral endures, a cradle of civilization, its secrets still buried beneath the sand, waiting to be revealed. Deep within the lush rainforests and fertile plains of southern Costa Rica, scattered across fields, riverbanks and ancient settlements, lie hundreds of nearly perfect stone spheres, enigmatic relics that have puzzled archaeologists for decades. Some rest half-buried in tangled roots, others stand alone in manicured gardens, each one silent and immovable, as if placed by unseen hands. These spheres, known locally as Las Bolas, vary dramatically in size. The largest are imposing, measuring over 2 meters in diameter and weighing up to 15 tons, while the smallest are scarcely larger than a human fist. Each orb is hewn with astonishing precision from solid granodiorite, a rock not native to many of the locations where the spheres are found. The ancient artisans who shaped them left no visible tool marks and no written records to explain their methods. The placement of the spheres is as mysterious as their construction. Some were discovered arranged in straight lines, triangles, or even spirals, patterns that may have held astronomical or ceremonial significance. Others appear isolated, their purpose obscured by the passage of time and the encroaching jungle. The spheres have been found at the sites of former settlements belonging to the Diki culture, which flourished between 700 and 1530 CE, yet their origins may be even older. Speculation surrounds their purpose. Were they symbols of power, markers of territory, or representations of celestial bodies? Some theories suggest they aligned with the sun, moon, or stars, serving as an ancient calendar or navigation system. Others believe the spheres were status symbols, reserved for the elite, or objects imbued with spiritual meaning, their roundness representing perfection and eternity. Despite decades of study, the true story of the Costa Rican stone spheres remains elusive. Many have been moved from their original locations, further clouding their significance. Yet as the mist drifts through the rainforest and sunlight glints off their weathered surfaces, the spheres endure, timeless sentinels guarding the mysteries of a lost world.